LG Display is the world's largest LCD panel maker, so when they agreed to send over a gaming monitor to review, there's only really one way to reply. Hell yeah! LG provide the displays for tons of other monitor manufacturers. They're the leading pioneer in OLED technology. When you think of quality displays, LG always comes highly recommended. Even Apple, notoriously known for their high standards, recommend pairing their MacBooks with LG ultrafine displays. When it comes to gaming monitors, what can we expect from this beast sat beside me? The LG 32GK850G. That's right, they know how to nail a product name, but more importantly, what are the specs for this thing? We've got a 32-inch 8-bit VA panel with greater grey response times of 5 milliseconds and a resolution of 2560 by 1440. It's also rocking a 144Hz panel, overclockable to 165Hz with just a couple of clicks in the menu. The VA panel offers 178-degree viewing angles. The panel itself is covered in a matte anti-glare material to reduce reflections. The display has a typical brightness of 350 nits and a minimum brightness of 280. This is the G-Sync equipped version of this model. The FreeSync option is also available for about £300 less in the UK. Plus that FreeSync 2 equipped model also has VESA certified HDR 400 support. But let's kind of get back to this G-Sync version I have here. The 32GK850G does have one more advantage over its FreeSync cousin though. The G-Sync model swaps HDR for RGB. For most people, that's probably a little bit annoying. Yeah, it looks quite cool and it adds a bit of color to your setup if your monitor is against the wall like this. Otherwise, it's just kind of wasted. It's got a couple of effects like dynamic lighting, which is the nice kind of swirly, loopy wave effect, a nice kind of ambient lighting effect or a solid color of your choice, but that's pretty much about it. So that's the kind of overview. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty stuff. So this is a great looking panel from the front. It's got some super slim bezels around the sides and the top of the display, which makes it a perfect example for a triple screen setup. LG, if you're watching, feel free to send another 2 and we can make that happen. Overall though, the display, when mounted with the included stand, measures in at 28.2 inches wide and 23.8 inches tall, and around 10.8 inches deep, obviously most of that being the stand. Without the stand, the height is just 16.7 inches and the depth is just 2.2 inches. With the stand equipped, it weighs 8.5 kilos, and without the stand, it weighs just 6.7 kilos. Speaking of the stand, it's a good one. It's sleek and subtle, with only a minor red accent visible on the top of it, although the rear of the stand is completely red. It offers a height adjustment of 110 millimeters. It also offers tilt, swivel, and you can also pivot. So you can spin it around 90 degrees to use as a vertical display. There is also VESA support, so that if you don't want to use the included stand, you can wall mount it yourself or put it on an arm. As far as materials go, the majority of the display is covered in a matte plastic. In the box you get the power cord, a HDMI lead, a DisplayPort cable, and also a cable holder clip on the back and a USB pass-through cable for the 2 quick charge supporting USB 3.0 ports on the rear of the display. On the rear is also where you can connect your display cables and the power cable too, as well as a headphone jack, as there's no built-in speakers. Looking around the display, we have the menu joystick and the RGB brightness wheel at the bottom. Once clicking that menu joystick, you're greeted with tons of options, as well as a few built-in gaming presets for RTS or FPS games. These presets reduce response times or heighten black levels to help detect enemies in the game. You can also select your refresh rate from here and using the kind of cheating crosshairs, as well as many other general monitor features. As far as color work goes, out of the factory, the monitor covers 90% of the sRGB spectrum, 63% of the Adobe RGB spectrum, and 64% of the DCI-P3 color spectrum as well. Overall, not the most accurate of panels as far as color grading and color critical work, but by no means the worst. Ghosting, I found, is a little bit noticeable if you go out of your way to really look for it, but kind of during normal gaming sessions and normal workloads, I can't say I ever really noticed any. When it comes to using this monitor for gaming, what it's intended for, it was an amazing experience. Sitting fairly close to the monitor, I didn't have any issues with the resolution and the screen size. Everything just looked crisp and clear. Gaming at 165Hz and G-Sync enabled offers such smooth gameplay, no tearing, no stutters, nothing. And the increased resolution at 1440p adds a real kind of good upgrade and really immersive experience overall. Realistically, if you want to be hitting 165 FPS or close to it at 1440p, you're going to be needing quite a beast of a GPU depending on your in-game settings and your game of choice. I used my RTX 2080 and had a great time all around at ultra settings on most games. As far as pricing goes, this thing will set you back around £750 in the UK. I've seen it on Overclockers for around that, or closer to £800 on Amazon, both of which will be linked down below just in case you're interested. When you take that price into account, it's a huge outlay for a monitor, but compared to the competition like Asus or Acer, it's around a similar price to their kind of 27-inch monitors, albeit they're equipped with IPS panels. I could easily recommend this monitor to anybody. By choosing the LG over the likes of Acer or HP, you're kind of paying for that reliability and brand name. Although do bear in mind this panel does only come with a 1-year warranty from the factory. Anyway though guys, that is the end of the video. As always, if you like this kind of stuff, feel free to click that like button, and if you didn't, click that dislike button. Let me know what you thought about today's video, and if you decided my throat and nasally voice hasn't offended you, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below so we can see each other again soon. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Cheers.